All right, it's time for sales activity update for the quarter ending in March for the community of Pine Ridge and Coral Springs, Florida. There were 7 sales. Currently, there's 12 active listings for sale and 1 active rental. I want to be putting something on the market here shortly in the next couple of weeks, and I'll leave my contact information below if you want to reach out to me. And let's go ahead and check out sales activity. This is per the MLS for January, February, and March. Okay, let's dive in. All right, this first house that sold, very high-end property, is a 2.5 square feet under air. It's 3,324 square feet. Price sold $1,149,000. Days on the market 246 days. Price per square foot $346. I'll read you some of the description and I'll show you a couple of the pictures. This house is in pre-foreclosure. This home has been completely renovated with nearly $500,000 in upgrades, including a smart home features and a Control4 system. Home features soaring 23-foot ceilings and includes its own movie theater, basketball court, and a tropical paradise pool that makes you feel like you're living in a resort. Enjoy a saltwater heated pool with 2 tiki huts, custom LED lighting throughout, an outdoor kitchen, custom stone walls and fireplace, smooth coated ceilings, impact windows throughout, with 2 driveways and a fully fenced backyard, and much more. I'll show you some of the pictures. Okay, this is the pool area. I'll just go through some of the pictures on this listing. Looks like they have a loft area. Give you an idea what you're buying with this house. There's the home theater. There's the outdoor kitchen. Tiki hut. Basketball court. I'm sure there's night lights so you can play at night too. All right, let's move on to the next property. All right, this next home is a 5.3 square feet under air. It's 2,530 square feet. Price sold $945,000. Days on the market 58 days. Price per square foot $374. I'll go ahead and scroll through some of the pictures. They didn't lead in with this picture, by the way. It was buried towards the end. All right, this was their lead-in picture on the MLS, and let's scroll through some of the pictures. Looks like it's been pretty much fully renovated on the inside. I'll give you an idea what $945,000 buys you in Pine Ridge, Coral Springs, Florida. All right, let's move on to the next home. All right, this next house is a 4.3 square feet under air, 2,961 square feet. Price sold $835,000. Days on the market 102 days. Price per square foot $282 per square foot, and I'll flip through some of the pictures. Got the terracotta floors. Oh, nice kitchen with the overhead vent. Looks like there's tile on the walls. There is a pool out back. There it is. All right, so that's what $835,000 gets you in Pine Ridge in Coral Springs, Florida. All right, I missed this one when I was collecting information on the sales for the previous quarter ending in March. So there was actually 8 closed sales. This one in particular is a 2.5 square feet under air is 2,606 square feet. Price sold $815,000. Days on the market 7 days, sold rather quickly. Price per square foot $313 per square foot, and I'll flip through some of the pictures. All right, this house has a lot of pictures, this listing, so I'll flip through them rather quickly until we get to the pool. Like I said, there's a lot of pictures here. There's the pool. All right, so this is what $815,000 will buy you in Pine Ridge in Coral Springs, Florida. All right, this next house is a 4.2 square feet under air is 2,400 square feet. Price sold $750,000. Days on the market 195 days. Price per square foot $313, and I'll flip through some of the pictures. All right, there's the pool, kitchen. It's an aerial view. A lot of green space in the backyard, and there's an extra large lot that this sits on. I'm showing the lot. And a step down living area. Epoxy floor, it looks like. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this next house is a 2.5 square feet under air is 2,334 square feet. Price sold $670,000. Days on the market 110 days. Price per square foot $287 per square foot. And I'll show you, flip through some of the pictures. Okay, here's the pool and patio. All right, I'm not going to go through all these pictures. There's a lot of them. There's over 70. Get the idea. When we get to the kitchen, I'll stop. Here you go. All right. All right, this next one is a 4.3 square feet under air is 2,293 square feet. Price sold $600,000. Days on the market 172 days. Price per square foot $262. This one does not have a pool. All right, I'll flip through some of the pictures. A lot of this looks like the original construction. All right, so this is what $600,000 buys you in Pine Ridge, Coral Springs, Florida. All right, this is the last home we have for the quarter ending in March 2026. This is a 3.2 home in Pine Ridge Villas. Square feet under air is 2,008 square feet. Price sold $490,000. 55 days on the market. Price per square foot $249. There is a community pool in Pine Ridge Villas. And I'll flip through a few of these photos. Okay, this is the interior of the home. All right, that about wraps it for the quarter ending in March 2026 for the community of Pine Ridge in Coral Springs, Florida. Until next time, thanks.